And we are ready to vibe code. I'm going to show you how I do it with Claude Code within Cursor. I only use Cursor whenever I get blocked with like Claude Code. So I'm keeping this open here. So I can just switch the models. Let's say Claude Code is getting it wrong, which is very rarely happening. Claude Code is really, really good. It's way better than Cursor, but then I can just switch to another model and try to solve the problem with something else. But in this case, we are working on Olivia Brown, our digital PR AI agent, and I'm just going to build a new feature here. We have a news explorer that allows us to search for the news from the past year and find expert-led stories that we can just redo with a fresh angle this year. So the best digital PR ideas are usually the ones that have been done before and the ones that are known to land in these big publications. So what we want to do is we want to select one of those stories. Currently, we already have a feature which says save this idea. So it will save it to one of your clients. If you select a client, you can just save it and then you can reuse the idea later. But we actually want to trigger a whole new campaign. So we want to do a recreate story. We want to unleash this feature as well. And let's build this with Claude Code. So let's just see how I do it. I'm just going to copy this one. And I'm going to say, I'm going to take it out of plan mode and say, in the News Explorer, we select an item in the results, and then we can reuse that story for a future campaign. Currently, we only have the ideation feature available in the model, but we want to enable the first tab from this model to be active as well, and so that we can recreate a full story with the selected items. Full stop. Right, let's see what happens. I'm going to press enter. I think my terminal went a bit crazy here, but let's see what Claude Code is going to do now. So what we want to do is we just want to unleash this. We just want to enable this feature. It's going to be pretty cool because what you can do as a digital PR, you can just go and find stories from last year that landed well. Let's say in this period, you can even say, travel expert, right? And it's going to give you travel stories, which we know during the summertime, travel stories are pretty hot. And then you can just use your client as the experts to give fresh tips and just redo that story. So let's see what Claude is doing here. I think Claude went a bit crazy. We might have to open up a new terminal here. Let's just see what happens. There you go, right. So what Claude has done, it's going to make a plan on how to do this. Let's just read through and see what it came up with. Enable recreate story feature. Great. I'm just going to go and ask it a new question. I'm just going to say, go to the homepage. Please see how the campaign items are set up here on the main dashboard. That's the item we want to recreate. So this is how the process will be. User selects a news item from the model, no, from the list of results. There. And then it's important to give it like really specific instructions. It's very important to just really say what you want, like in the most detailed way possible, because then it's going to make less mistakes. So we select an item, then we click on this, use selected articles, then clicks on I'm not even gonna have to quote it there, and then a model opens up. This model. And by the way, you can mistype things here. It doesn't matter. That's probably going to ruin my writing because I'm just going to type without correcting mistakes because AI will know what you want to say. This model will open up there. Yeah, it's sometimes going a bit weird. It's fine. And then when we click on recreate story, this is wild, right? What is Claude doing here? Okay, story. Might have to just get out of there and get back. This is weird, right? Story, we can see. Actually, no, the idea will be saved. The idea will be saved to the selected client, and a new campaign item will be saved in the database. And let's just see, what should we say it? A new content item will be planned. Please let me know how you would do this in the best way possible. And then I'm going to enable plan mode. This is a bit crazy. It never does this. There. And then I'm just going to enable plan mode and done. Let's see what it comes up with. Let's just wait for a while. Sometimes I have two laptops with me, and while it's thinking, I just work on another feature on another laptop, or I just write up a LinkedIn post or do something different, right? Let's just see what it happens. But Claude Code is so much better than Cursor. Like, it doesn't even compare. When we started using Claude Code, it was just wild. Like, the difference, it just doesn't make mistakes. It just doesn't go crazy. It really, really knows what it's doing. So I think there was a study this week saying, hey, according to a study on, like, I don't know how many developers, AI-assisted coding is slowing developers down. But then when you read the study, it was like Claude 3.5 Sonnet that they have used for the study. And I'm like, come on, like, why are you doing this? This is not Claude 3.5. It's like, it's Claude 4 Sonnet and Opus as well, which is like way better. And also, you know, with Claude Code, they have not tested it with Claude Code either. So they kind of made this hype in the industry saying, hey, AI-assisted coding is not good. We should just stick to coding with like the old school of like tap, tap, tap with Copilot. Like, nah, they have not done the study with Claude Code yet. Look how good it is. It goes through the database. It even read, if you've seen one of the messages here, look, it's reading like the table structure of the database, and then it's going to assess what to do. It's pretty powerful. Like, that's what you would do as a developer. You would go and read the database structure and inspect the code in order to know like what to do. And that's exactly what this is doing, only like 100 times faster than a human, which is pretty cool. Let's see what it comes up with. By the way, this is whoever doesn't know about Olivia, if you don't know, this is an AI agent that we have built mostly with AI-assisted coding, but we have built it with 5 senior software developers to whom we gave Claude Code. So when you say vibe coding, yes, vibe coded, but vibe coded with like 10 years of experience each person. So let's see what it did. core PR campaign is the main model. There, so it's going to create a PR campaign. Let's let it run. The beauty of this is I'm using like Git here. So if it does some changes and I don't like it, I can just revert it via Git. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about now. So it says, would you like to proceed? I say yes, and accept auto edits, which means it's just going to go and do its thing without asking for permission for this specific task. So let's just do it. And let's see what happens. So just to continue until it does it, it will take a while. You'll see how it modifies the code. Currently, you can just go to the News Explorer and just find previous articles that have been written in UK, US, Canada, or Australian press. And you can find inspiration for your next digital PR campaign. So let me just show you how this works. Study finds, this is mostly for like data studies, but let's say we want an expert commentary. Let's do expert warrants. And then you'll see lots of expert warrants campaigns from 2024. It even shows you the chart of like where it picked them up from. Weirdly, this search is mostly bringing us the ones from like the end of the year, which is I'm not sure why it's doing it, but that's how this is an actual Google search that we have simulated here. So what you can do is you can just click on this and say use selected articles, save to ideas, select the brand, and then you can just save it to an idea for that client. And then when you go to the ideation session for that client, it's going to be saved. But now we want to do the whole kind of content creation as well, and just adding the expert tips from the client in there, which we might have to continue instructing the AI to do it. So let's see. It's been a while since I did a live session. We've been busy building Olivia. It's been quite a while actually. So I'm glad to be back and hopefully share some value with others and just show how we build things and maybe help with. We've had a person on LinkedIn. Let me see this person, Elliot. He said how Lovable is kind of hallucinating a lot, and he said, "Teach me your ways." I said, "Why not just do a live session and like show Elliot and hopefully others how we work, how we do it." So it's doing it now, right? Look how great it is. It's like it's thinking. I know it sounds bad. Like when I say AI is thinking like a human, it's not really thinking like a human, but it simulates a thinking like a human, right? And all of this code, even the front end. So the front end was built with Claude Code, and the front end, the design, all the functionalities, everything you see here, it was fully built with Claude Code, with no human coding, like fully built with Claude Code. It's just crazy. Like a year ago, you would never imagine something like this. People would have laughed if you would have said, "I'm just going to vibe code a website like this." They would like, "No way, it's going to hallucinate. It's not going to work." Like it was the best fun, like the most fun of my life in coding when I built this. So let's see what it does. We're getting there. That's why it's good to have two laptops so you can work on two branches. Because it's thinking a lot, it's going back and forth. So during that time, sometimes I even get bored. I'm like, I need to do something. I need to do something else. And then I go and like read LinkedIn, or maybe the social media exploded in the past year for like the software audience, because the developers just went on LinkedIn and TikTok to watch TikToks while Claude Code is thinking for them, right? Maybe that is going to happen, or it already happened. Who knows? Because you just have to wait. So let's just see. By the way, I've vibe coded this case study thing as well in Olivia last night, where if you want to share a case study with the platform, you just enable a case study and it's going to blur all of these clients, and it's only going to show you the ones that let's see, the ones that you just want to show to the audience, right? It's pretty cool. And that was like 15 minutes job to implement that. So let's see what he did. Here's Claude's plan. Okay, so it's ready to execute. Create a new PR campaign with the selected brand. Create manual ideas exactly as I want it. Perfect, Claude. Auto-generate content. Well, we would probably have to add a step here, saying we want to add the expert quote in here. Let me just say no and keep. Let's just see. No, keep planning. He's doing this crazy thing again. Please add an extra step where we can have settings to add instructions for the content writing, such as enabling deep research. We already have this in the system model, and adding the extra instructions as mentioned. We already have this. Please check the code and see how we already do it once we select an idea. And let's put plan mode on. This is great. This is great, right? So once we select the idea, we will have a pop-up that will say, please add the expert quote in here for this specific idea. Then you add the quote, and then it's going to go and auto-generate the content, and then it's going to save it as a new campaign item. By the way, the campaign items are, let me show you how it looks like. Just going to go here, log in. I'll show you how the campaign items look like. I'm going to go sleep one of our clients. So this is how a campaign looks like. We have the ideation, content, the journalist finder, and then the outreach. So this is what we want to simulate. When we select an idea from the previous step, from the previous screen, from the News Explorer, it's going to create an idea, and then you can trigger a content creation. Let me just show you there. And I need this modal, like this setup, this setting screen. And then you can just add the export code here and then generate press release. That's what we want to replicate. But as an overview, this is how the campaign flow looks like. You have the ideation, which Olivia takes care of. You add the export code of the day or the data. Olivia writes it up for you, and then you trigger a journalist research. It's going to find you journalists. For this one, it found 300 journalists, and then just send it out to the press. That's the whole flow of Olivia. Let's see what Claude has done. It's searching for it now. By the way, look at how cool this is. We put this story in. Right? That's the journalist finder. I'm just in love with this feature. It went on Google. It extracted 2,000 articles. It extracted all the authors from there, and then it read all the authors' previous articles, and it assessed how good this story is for every single journalist from the list, right? And it says, hey, why is this journalist likely to cover this story? And then it just reasons and explains why it has selected these. And also it says why it has not selected some. Let me just show you how cool that is. Let's scroll down and say this has not been selected. Why? Oh, because they are writing about like boxing and MMA, right? That's not relevant. This one is writing about I think like tragedy and celebrity news, which is definitely not aligned with this specific press release. Let's go back here and let's go back to the code. Yeah, it's still thinking. Let's just see what it happens. Let's just see what happens, what it does. Right. This feature is so cool. You can even select, news outlets where you just want those stories from, let's say, The Sun, and you can just go and say, give me all the expert words, stories from 2024 that are in The Sun. It's a perfect place to ideate for digital PR, because I always say a good digital PR idea is not the one that is so unique that nobody's ever thought of, but a good digital PR idea is that's being covered consistently in the press. And that's exactly what this tool is enabling us to do. We can just say, hey, New York Post, give me just all the ones from the New York Post, apply filter, and it will show you all the expert warrants and stories that have been done by the New York Post in 2024. Right? It's pretty cool. So let's go back to Claude Code. Let's say there. Let's just let it do it. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to let it do it. Let's then accept any edits. So let's let it run with it. For some reason, this is going crazy. I'm not sure why. It's fine. Let's let it. It's going to calm down. I think it's too warm outside. It's probably too warm, and Claude Code goes crazy. But by the way, this is a Laravel project, and we have some jobs running, jobs that are doing lots of things in the background. You see, all of these are like running whilst we are doing it. Cool. Oh, like Claude calmed down. It's great. I think it might have had a like a cold tea or something. Let's see. It's doing it. I mean, in live stream, this is kind of, it's a bit slower. When our screen record, we can just speed the video up. But because I'm not live streaming now, we just have to have some patience, right? But let's just find some interesting digital PR kind of inspiration until then. So let's say we have a travel client, right? And let's see what travel stories we have in the New York Post. In 2024, there are about like expert warnings, right? Beware these 5 travel scams. Pretty good, right? It looks like even New York Post is interested in these stories. And you can present your clients as the experts who warn their audience about travel scams, right? Pretty cool. Travel expert warns, right? Again, like currency exchange scam, that's a good story. If you redo it and you add like a fresh angle to it, like fresh advice, very likely that the New York Post is going to pick it up if you pitch it to, like, let's say the same journalist. Let's just see. If you pitch it to Carrie J. Byrne, then you will likely get, hopefully, they have this in their agenda for this year too, or pitch it to other travel journalists from the New York Post. It means that they actually love these types of stories. Okay, let's accept the edits. Let's do it. Let's see what Claude is going to do. So once it starts changing the code, you will see the Git, like the changes here in the Git, and you can either commit them if you like them, or you can just revert them and say, hey, I don't like this. Let's redo everything again. And by the way, this feature that we are working on is quite a major feature. It would take like a year ago, 2 years ago, it would have taken a senior developer about 2 to 3 days to implement properly. And we'll try to do this in like a 20 minutes live stream. So let's see if we can actually achieve that. I know it's a big thing, but we will try to achieve this in like 10, 15, maybe half an hour of live streaming. This is a big feature in the database, and like in the system, it requires lots of database changes and quite some complex logic to do it. Let's see. Hopefully, Claude can do it in this live stream, and I'm not going to be like, oh, vibe coding is not good, and people were like, yeah, fair, you tried to vibe code and it didn't work. But as a proof that it works, this whole platform was 80% vibe coded, probably 85% vibe coded. So it does work. Okay, let's see where it is. It's doing it now. You start seeing the files being changed here. Let's just see. Let's see by week. You can even go by week or by month. Let's say in February, if you type in Valentine, Then you see how the Valentine's Day's stories kind of got coverage throughout February last year. And then you can get inspiration about those as well. I'm just doing this so that we don't just watch the code while it's doing it. Right, it's going to create a new component. Can you see the code has been changed? It started changing files now, which is good. We are moving forward. I'm not even looking at the code. So when I'm vibe coding, I don't even care what it writes. I know it sounds bad, and all the developers are going to be like, no, you don't know how to code. I kind of know, but I don't care. I just want it to work nicely. And then, of course, many times some of our, even more senior developers look at the code and say, oh, I think we should delete this. And then they go and, amend and clean up some of the mess that has been created. But in general, Claude Code doesn't really create that much mess. Oh, look at this. So Valentine, right? And you can see how journalists covered Valentine stories in February, more specifically on the 14th of Feb last year. It's pretty cool. Oh, it's doing changes. Great. Whenever it's changing the code, then the website will refresh, like the demo, like the dev website will refresh. And hopefully we'll start seeing the functionality very soon. I say this is a high-risk development for a live stream because it's quite a big feature. So instead of just saying, oh, let's just build a landing page or like a hero section, I'm actually going for it with like a very complex feature. So quite high risk for live streaming where it might not work, and I might have to spend like 2 hours on it. But hopefully not. Hopefully it's going to be like done in like 20 minutes. It's definitely getting there. Usually Claude Code is way better at doing like big changes, especially with the backend. Let's just see what happens. Very soon we'll have the interface, and then after, oh look, oh great. I'm just gonna have to say I cannot see the clients, but I think that's what it's doing now. It might create the API endpoints. Look, right? It's gonna try to look for the brand, like the list of clients. Oh look, there you go. My God, this is good. I'm not gonna embarrass myself on live stream by vibe coding, right? This is pretty cool. So we can select the client there. Right, let's just see what happens. It's getting there. It's definitely getting there. This is going to be a cool feature because sometimes you might just need 2, 3, 4 links for one of the clients. Maybe we have done a data study and we got like 7 links with it, and then we need like 3 more, and then we can complement that with a few expert tips, expert-led stories. So we don't have to redo another data study. We can just go and do another expert story, and this is going to be an easy way to do it. We just need like the expert tips from the client, paste it in, and Olivia will just write it up. Oh, there you go, another change. That's cool. Now let me create the News Explorer controller. I think we already have that, right? Maybe. Let's just see. By the way, thanks for having patience with this. I think vibe coding with AI in a live stream can seem like long, but I'm going to try to show you kind of some interesting stuff in between as well. So we don't get just bogged down on like watching the code. There you go. It's getting there. It's pretty cool, right? Can you imagine this thing would have taken a developer like a year ago? We would have taken about 2 days or 3 days to code, and we can do it now in like hopefully less than 30 minutes. It's crazy. Like when people said, "Oh, AI is never gonna be better than humans at like most of the things," that's not accurate. That's like, unfortunately, I would love for humans to be the best at everything, but I think AI is going to outperform humans in almost every single task that humans can do now on a computer. And I'm like, I know this is like very stretching the chalkboard with the fingernails, but in 2 years, AI is going to be better than humans in most tasks. And coding is the first thing that it really revolutionized. Lovable, I think, Lovable, as Elliot said, is hallucinating, but Lovable is not the best AI coder. We should look at what's the best AI coder and compare us with that, and then we can say, hey, AI is actually getting really, really good at competing with humans in coding. Let's just see. Let's see where we are at now. I think, again, this is a very complex feature that I'm requesting to do during a live stream, but we'll do it. We'll do it. You select articles, recreate story. Let's select the client. And it doesn't like something, but I think it's working on it. I think it is working on it now. Look, it's even like doing like database migrations. This is crazy. Look at the code. Right? It creates, right? It adds columns to the tables. It's pretty cool. Look, it did all of these. See, it added an extra item there. It added API endpoints. Right? So let's see where we are at. It knows it created an issue. It knows, it kind of knows what it does, right? Getting there. Next time, I think I might just record these longer tasks, or maybe I just go with live stream. Like, even if one person or two people get value from it, I'm going to be super happy. And hopefully this shows how powerful Claude Code is, and hopefully you will start playing with it. I would always say do it within Cursor, because you have so many things out of the box with Cursor. You can even change. So just to give you a context, this is the terminal. It's completely different from this section in Cursor. This is the built-in AI agent in Cursor, and this is a terminal. You can run it independently from this. It doesn't. If I change the model here, it's not going to affect the model that's being used here. It has no connection. So I can ask for extra help, perhaps with another from like another model from like another company. If, let's say, Claude is getting it wrong with something. If I get stuck in something for like half an hour with Claude Code and you just kind of find a solution, I just try with something else. And if this fails, then I'm going to message our software team and say, hey, I'm going to say Claude Code failed. Can you please help? And then they laugh. I'm like, haha, we told you. And then they are, they're going to step in. But let's see what happens. This thing would have never been possible a year ago with like the old models. Never, ever. And I would have never thought it's going to be that powerful. And I think what happened now is Claude Code just failed. And I think my camera got blocked as well. I think the Claude Code ate the computer. Let's try to reset the camera. Just one sec. I'm going to reset the camera and I'll let you know how it goes. This is crazy. My computer went wild. We'll restart Cursor, and we will continue from where we left it. Let's just see. Right, this is the beauty of live streaming. You cannot just cut this out. I'm going to just say Claude. So this is how you actually trigger Claude, and then I'm going to say, please pick up the terminal crashed. Please continue. And then we have to run some of the projects here. We're going to say npm run dev. And then we're going to run the jobs as well, npm run workers. There. All right. So the workers that are scraping the news outlets and all the other um, jobs that are happening in the background have been started now, and it's going to start working. I can see you're working News Explorer. There you go. It knows what we are doing. Okay, so it continues now. I think it's faster now. I think cursor was like overloaded and it was quite slow, but I think it's way faster now. We are back to action. Hopefully, it's going to continue with the same enthusiasm as before. Let's see what happens. So this is running. We're getting there. Let's see what it did. I'm usually having this like fully to the top because I don't care. As I said, I know this sounds bad if a developer watches this and like, oh my god, you don't care about the code. I do not care about the code. I just want things to work, and then if there is a big error there, like our dev team will pick it up when they inspect. Every time we push something live, some of the dev team members will go and just check the changes, ensure that there's no like security flaws, and so on. Oh, it even pushed. No. Let me stop it. Okay. It says it has done it. Well, let's see what happened. Let's see the results. So I'm going to refresh this. Search for the news. We are going to select a story. There, you select articles, recreate story. There, okay, I'm just going to copy paste this and say, I'm going to say the create story button is inactive. So as you see, these are staged, right? So we put it here. I can just commit them, but I'm not going to commit them because I might have to revert some of them. So now every new change that it's going to do on these files are going to be unstaged. So if I don't like what it did, I can just revert those two, and I can say, just do it again. This is one of the secrets when vibe coding. You do not want to vibe code without this feature because many times the AI will get it wrong. And you just have to have the ability to say discard all changes. And then it's not going to delete the file, it's going to just delete the changes that it did in between you committing the changes and after that, right? So you can just have the power to discard every change. Let's see. I have selected, right. So let's see what happens in the console. Maybe there is an error in the console. Let's just see. There, do search. Now let's see what happens when I select this. Okay, I'm just gonna paste this in there. Copy. It's easy. I'm just gonna say, this is the error. Just copy paste the error from the console and let's see what it does. We will get there. We are not gonna give up. No, I see the error. The issue is that not defined in the computed property. Okay, well, let's see if it's right. By the way, if I don't like anything that we did in this half an hour, I can just go unstage all changes and then just discard all changes out. We can just start from scratch. But hopefully we don't have to do that. Hopefully we can just push it to the live code and it's going to be live on the website when we deploy. Okay, so let's try again. Oh, there you go. How cool that is. We can add, that is good. This is good. 2 days. That's how long it would have taken this job to be done, or 2 or 3 days by a senior developer 1 year ago. We've done it. I mean, it's it might not work yet still, but we've done it in like 20 minutes, which is pretty cool. Let's disable that. Blah blah for the sake of the testing, and then create story. Ooh, okay, another error. It's fine. We'll fix it. We just copy and paste. Vibe coding, or like coding in 2025, is about copy and paste, and then let AI do the rest. Yeah, this doesn't sound good, right? Especially if you're a developer. And I've built quite a fair amount of code before, and it doesn't sound good for me either. But I just love it. It's the best fun. It's the most fun I've had coding in my life with like AI. Oh, great! It has found the issue. Now try clicking create story. Okay, let's try again. Let's see what it did. Let's clear the logs so we can just copy paste if there is an error again. Use selected articles, recreate story, select the client. Okay. Let's try again. Something's not right. We won't give up. We don't give up. We'll put it live. We'll put it live today. There's no other option. This happens when I select a brand, and I can even say, what the heck? Sometimes I even say that just to express that I'm not happy with the AI. And then maybe get scared and said, okay, I'm just going to do it. Let's see. The app is using dual production. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's do what he says. I'm just going to flow. Come to the platform, which is you can just request an expert to add to that story, and then you will have a shared URL where you will just be able to request quotes from an expert from the web. Just share it on LinkedIn or YouTube, and then you can just you reinforce your story with this expert quote that you will request from the web. It's going to be pretty cool. Let's see what it does. Okay, refresh your browser, do a hard refresh. Okay, let's do that. Let's see what this beautiful machine has done. Okay, hard refresh takes a bit longer, like 5-10 seconds, but let's see what it's going to do. Or we can just go here without hard refresh. Let's see. I think my MacBook is like burning from Claude. It's so intense. Like Claude is just eating up my MacBook. It's the first time when I can feel my MacBook being like hot. Since I started coding with Claude, and like Claude Code is just putting your laptop on fire. It's just insane. Let me just stop that. Maybe I'm just gonna go and say npm run dev there. Great. Okay. Refresh. Let's see what happens. Let me just turn the air conditioning on. It's pretty hot. Pretty hot in here. Okay, great. So let's see what happened. Is it working? Is it not? The moment of truth is here. Let's select this one, recreate story, select the client. Seems promising so far, right? No proper error. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Create story. Not a problem. It's fine. I don't even care what the error is. I'm just going to copy and paste it there. There you go, Claude. You broke it. You fix it now. Nice. As a AI coder, you need lots of patience. Like lots of patience. I mean, as a coder, you need lots of patience. Like developers are like some of the most patient people on planet Earth, because sometimes you just do things and they just don't work, and you think it should work, and it just doesn't work, and you need patience, patience, patience. But it will work. It will work. Oh wait, I just realized my camera was off. Let's see if I can just swap. I'm not sure why the camera is off. I'm just gonna reset this. Great. Well, let's see the camera. Now we go back to the cam link. This is so weird that the camera has stopped working. Oh no, it's working now. Great. I'm back. Hey, something happened. Oh, there. Let's see what Claude did. Let's try again. Of course. Claude does that sometimes, you know. Oh, I found, I figure out why this is broken. Shall I fix it for you? And then it says, yeah, this is fixed now. It should work, and it doesn't work. So, yeah, that can happen with Claude, but very way less frequently than with any other coding agent. I think we are getting there now. By the way, the Snitcher, it's you should check it out. It's a platform where you can see which company visited your website. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's try this out. So there, selected articles, recreate story, client. Do not use deep research because we don't have time. Create story. It doesn't work again. Not a problem. Let's just see. We just keep on copy pasting until it will just work, and that's the story of my life for the past 3 months. Let's just do it. It will work. There's no other way. Let's just see. Let me check the latest error in the Laravel logs. Oh, great. So by the way, we have a log file where it saves the errors. And now it's going to read not just the browser logs, but also the logs on the server that happen, not just on the front end, but on the back end as well. And it's going to try to combine the two of them to see where the actual problem is. Okay, so now it's created a log, so it's going to log the error. There, okay, done. So I can capture the fresh error. It's pretty cool, right? I'm going to stay here until as much as we have to. I'm not going to shut down the stream until I fix this. I'm not going to shut down the stream. We are doing this. We are putting this live. There's no other option. Claude is not going to sleep until this is working. I made a decision, and I'm going to stick to it. Okay. In theory, it has been fixed. Okay, great. It's refreshing the page. There. Let's see. Let's see what happened. This feature will be live in Olivia Brown today. There's no other option. Okay. So try it now. Let's see. There, select recreate story, choose a client. Do not use deep research, create story. It's fine. I don't care. We'll copy paste it and we'll do it. We'll fix it. There. We'll keep on going until it's done. All right. Okay. It's getting there. Let's try again. I mean, we can just keep on trying. I think I might have to refresh the page. This is, by the way, this is like vibe coding. Like sometimes you have to go back and forth until you get it fixed. But still, even with these issues, you're still way, way, way more productive, like 5 times more productive than by the traditional way of like just going and inspecting the code manually and trying to find the bugs. Just keep on pasting the bugs until it fixes it. I know it sounds so bad, and when I'm saying this, it just sounds so bad. I know, but just that's what worked for me. So there, great story. Again, it failed. It's fine. Copy and then paste. I'm not going home until this is fixed. We're fixing this. Let's see. Checking the Laravel logs again. Oh, there's another error. So we are making progress, right? It's pretty cool. We are getting there. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's try again. I might have to refresh the page. But the fact that we have a different error, it means that we made progress, right? We did some progress. Great. There. Okay, it's fine. We'll keep on going. We are not giving up. Oh, I think this is another error. We are getting there. We are getting there. Let's refresh the page and do another search. By the way, let's see, is the server running? It is. Okay, the jobs are running, all is good. Let's refresh. I'm not sure why it's so slow in refreshing. It's a bit weird. But let's see what happens. We will put this live within the next hour. If he gets it wrong again, I'm just going to promptly say, hey, try to find similar issues and similar fields that are not there. Let's just see. Okay, I think this is just another field. I'm just going to paste it again, and we'll keep on going until it gets fixed. The beauty of vibe coding. I don't even want to, because I could just go in, maybe look at the code, maybe give you some more hints or where to touch the code. I don't want to do that. I just want to let it run wild, just for the sake of the demo of like what how vibe coding works. I think the most important thing is the patience. You need to be patient. You need to have patience with vibe coding. And if you do that, it's still going to be way faster than just doing it manually, right? Okay. I'm just going to say, can you check all potential fields and address them? Or let's see what it does. I'm just going to stage these because I think we are making progress. Oh, you're right. Let me check all the models and their required fields to fix them all at once. That's sometimes you need to nudge it, right? Sometimes you're like, hey, what about doing that? And then it will kind of come out of its kind of state of not thinking well, and then you can just get it right on the right tracks, right? Get it back on the tracks. It's reading database. You see, this is like it's reading the table structure, and then it's gonna find out if there are some other things that it needs to add and create and fix. Great. This is going to be such a cool feature. By the way, you can select multiple items, right? Great story. Can you? I think you can. Yeah, there's 2 selected there. Okay, let's see what it did. You're right. Has it done some changes? No, it's doing it now. Oh, they're right. It found some more changes it needed to do. That's what it needed. It just needed a little guidance. So like, hey, what about checking all of them? Why not? Why not checking all of those fields? And hopefully now it's going to work. But maybe not. We'll see. Okay, let's see. Nice. It worked. Right? This is cool. It worked. I think. let's go back to here. That is crazy. It worked. It worked. Done. Right? So now we have a campaign that we started, and the content is being written with the instructions that I didn't give. It's done it in like 30 minutes or so. This is pretty cool. It would have taken 3 days for a developer to do it, right? And created a new campaign here. It set up that expert commentary. It used the hypothetical expert quote that I said it should use. Let's just try again. Let's just try again just to make sure I'm not getting hyped up. But I think this worked. So patience is a virtue, as they say, right? And let me just see. Let's find. By the way, there's some good jokes there. Okay, expert reveals how to tell what's triggering your migraines, and then I'm gonna go use this great story. We'll do it for like whatever client. We'll say drinking. Let's just say make something up. Drinking too much apple juice will trigger migraines. You can just paste your client's quote, expert quote here about this topic, and Olivia Brown will take it and it will write up a press release about this, right? So if you go back there, let's see there. I think the jobs are not running well. Let's see why it failed. Right. There was an error with the jobs, so we'll fix that. But let me see. Can you just regenerate? right? It even took this, like this is the export code, and it tried to write it out. But I think there is like a failure rate to string conversion. And I'm just going to say to Claude, by the way, I'm going to stage this because this is working now. I'm just going to say, we have a slight error with the content generation after it's being queued. Can you also check Laravel logs to see what happens? Everything else seems to work well now. Great. This is good. Oh my God, this is so satisfying, because I thought I'm going to spend like 5 hours here trying to do this feature, because sometimes it might not work. But with Claude Code, if you just keep on going and just guiding it a little bit, it will actually work. So I'm so glad we could do this, and it is actually working, even though the next step of like the content generation is kind of failing, but it's going to be fixed very soon. And we just keep on going. If it doesn't fix it well, or if it does a change that doesn't work, we can just revert that specific change that it's going to do. This is good. I'm glad we got here. Let's go back to the News Explorer. Right. Oh, what is this? It's done a lot of changes. What is that? Oh, okay. Let's see what it did. Let's ask. I'm wondering if it ran the migrations. Okay, let's see what it did. Let's try it again. We are getting there. I'm going to push this live 5 minutes after this live stream. Let's go. Expert reveals recommended portion of cheese, and people are in disbelief. What a story, right? Okay, there, blah blah blah, and then create a story, and then we'll go back to home. It's pending, which is a good sign. It's queued, which is a good sign. Yes, this is working. Good. I'm hyped. It's so good. Like, especially after you have these big, kind of almost like hopeless situations, and Claude just figures it out. It's so good. It's still queued. I think these jobs are gonna. No, these jobs are gonna run it now. And this will be blue, I think, within like a minute. And it's going to write up this content based on the expert tips that I shared and on the idea that I've selected from the News Explorer. This is how you come up with like really good ideas for digital PR. And now you can just write them up, just paste in the client's insights, and you can just write them up in like no time. It failed. Okay, great. Cool, let's see what happened. It's fine. I'm still hyped up. Let's see why it failed. But this is already, already good. So initially it failed immediately, but now it failed after it went into like a queue. So content read has been successful. I mean, we have to reword that message, but it's queued. So let's see, is it going to fail again? Okay, that is not nice. It did not add the instructions when we generated the content, but that's fine. I'm just gonna stage that because it's still working, and we can just try again. We can just try it until we succeed. There's no other option but to get this feature live on Olivia Brown. on Olivia Brown today for all of our clients to be able to use it. By the way, we launched Olivia Brown 2 days ago, and we already have like some really cool clients in there. And thank you for everyone who joined our platform. We just want to revolutionize how SEO agencies run PR for their clients. We have shared lots of insights in the past 4 years, and hopefully I changed the industry. I don't want to say I changed it. Hopefully I helped the industry with ungated content. But now we want to help the industry with ungated software to help you. Once you get the knowledge from the content, hopefully you can now use the tools necessary to smash it with digital PR. That's our intention with Olivia Brown. So let's try. Let's see. In theory, Claude said it's all good. It should work now. Okay. Well, let's prove that Claude is right. Let's prove. Okay, let's see. Let's use a positive one. Not migraines. Okay, that's a good one. Electric cars, I love them. I love tech, right? As you can tell. And let's do this. And let's clear this just in case we have an error. Create story. In theory, we have created a new story. It's got to be about electric cars. And let's wait for the job to run. We're going to go here, and we are going to wait for the job to run. It's cute. Not cute, but cute. But it's also cute, I think. Claude is cute. Let's see. I'm going to turn the air conditioning off because it's getting quite cold. It runs every minute. It's pretty cool. I might do more of these sessions. I might just vibe code live, just for the sake of my kids seeing daddy vibe coding when I'm old, or like when I'm gone, right? They can say, hey, this was my dad. He vibe coded live on LinkedIn or like Twitter, YouTube. I might actually do that. And they will laugh. Haha, there was such a thing as vibe coding back in the day, where people actually had to open up a code editor, when I can just say, hey, build me an app that does this and do it better than the top 5 apps. And then the AI will just send you the app within 5 minutes. And that is with like a perfectly working app. It sounds like sci-fi, but 100% that's what's coming in like 10 years, 15 years. You don't have to have a code editor in 10 years. Why would you have why would you have a code editor in 10 years, right? I'm making some big statements here. I might regret them down the line. Maybe maybe code editors will be a thing, but I don't think so. Okay, this takes like 5 minutes, but I think this is working now. We made it. I think we made it. And I'm going to put this live on Olivia Brown. So when people log in to our beautiful Olivia, to our sweet Olivia, then they will be able to see this feature live in the platform. And every PR executive now can go look at the past news articles, find a story that really resonates with their clients that has been covered initially, and then try to get expert quotes that are better than the previous one. I think that's the goal. Find stories that journalists love to cover with the News Explorer, and use your clients to come up with an even better angle. It's the beauty of PR. It's so good. It works so well. Okay, let's go and let's see if the content is done. It's still writing. It's fine. It takes about 5 minutes, because this is not like a ChatGPT thing where, oh, there you go. Huh? Let's see what it did. Yeah, I think that doesn't help, right? I think doesn't really help as an instruction. So it just made up any story. No, we need to look at the prompt, because it just made up any story because I just gave it like vague instructions. So let's go back to News Explorer. And let's select another one. Appliance experts, great. A great story, select a client there. Let's just say this as an instruction. And create story. This is good fun. This is this is how we built Olivia, going back and forth, and just vibe coding our way to an excellent platform. I think it's so. If we think of it now, it's so advanced. If we had to build this without even without like AI assisted coding, it would have taken us 2 years. 2 years, and we built it in probably like 6 months. It's just so such a complex system now that it would not have been possible without AI. So without AI coding, so it's pretty cool. Let's see what happens now with the content. I think this will be now more relevant because I actually gave it like better instructions. So let's just wait for 5 minutes, and once this is done, I'm going to close the live stream. Hopefully some of you enjoyed it. Hopefully, this is just the first one that I'm doing. I'm just working my way through it. But next time I'm going to try to do like a smaller tasks. I'm going to try to come up with like not as complex and not as time-consuming tasks. But I think we did it in like whatever. I think we are live for like an hour or so. But we did this big feature that we have taken 2, 3, 4 days in like 1 hour. And now we're going to deploy it to Olivia Brown. Let's see. So once we see that the content is about this, then we can say, okay, this is good, this is done, and we just close the live stream. But hopefully some of you enjoyed seeing how we vibe code, how we do coding on a live SaaS product that has. It's all like after two days of launch, we already have many thousands of pounds in monthly revenue, which is pretty cool. I'm very pleased with the clients who came on board, and I think most SEO agencies will have to come on board, or like they don't have to, but they will want to come on board and use this to their advantage. Use this to run stories for their clients in like the easiest way, most streamlined way possible. And yeah, I think hopefully this will be like a revolutionary tool for the industry. It has been for us. It has been for us as a digital PR agency, and I think it will be for anyone who will try to use it. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's wait for this content. There you go, done. Okay, good. It works. So we'll do some final tweaks on it, but it definitely works. And yeah, that was the coding session. 1 hour live coding session. I was scared during this hour that I'm not going to be able to do it, and I'm like, oh my god, we wasted like an hour watching it for something that I know had no results. But this actually works now. We can go to the News Explorer, find a story that we know that is related to our client. Then we can select the story, add our client's quotes in it. There you go. We can add our client's quote in here if we select the client. And once you add the expert quote, create a story, and the system will write it up for you. And you will have a ready-made campaign ready to go to the press. And then you can just go to the Journalist Finder feature and then the Outreach feature. It's all going to be done by Olivia Brown. Maybe it will take about 5-10 minutes, or maybe max 15 minutes of your time to actually run a digital PR story from A to Z, which is unimaginable for the traditional kind of mindset of PR. Like, oh, like you can add you don't add authenticity. Yes, you do add authenticity by enabling, by having time to go to the client and get the expert quote that really resonates with the press. So it's not like a made up thing. You will have time to actually go to real experts and get like really valuable quotes that Olivia can then take, write up, and find the right journalist and send it to the press. That's what we have done here. So hopefully you enjoy this. I'm going to close the live stream now. Thanks for everyone who well, I'm pretty sure it was quite long, so not sure how many people watched it, but even for 1 or 2 people who watched it, hopefully this provided value and helped with any insight. Have a great day or evening wherever you are.